next two races on the Gatorade Cup Series schedule, a very unique concept. We're here at the Iowa Speedway for doubleheader races here in the Gatorade Cup Series. The first of the two Iowa races here in the Gatorade Cup Series. The Advanced All Parts 325, the longer of the two races. In fact, it's 4 laps longer than the one we'll see here in a few days. Griffin Lynn looking to just shake the demons from what has been a terrible start to his final season. On pole for today's race. Beside him in second, the 15 of Samet Oskin. Then in third place, Jay Jefferson. Fourth, it's Diego Yepez. And rank on the top 5 for the 3 of Bronson Minnick. Max Rossi up there in points. He starts in 6th there today. Scott Gregory starts in 7th. Marshall Burrow in 8th. 9th place for Nathan Baird. And Anthony as the 13 rounds at the top 10. Back behind them, a pair of teammates, Brett Sierra and Eli Bright in the 88. Then there's Cody Anderson in the 37 of Caden Lynn. Then there's Sebastian Kukulan in second in points, Max Anderson, along with Bibi Ruiz in the 9 of Jeff Bright. Then we have Jay Rando, our points leader, in the 6 of Evan Hunter. Then there's Derek Hamill in the 41 of Justin Zidell, along with Derek DeLello in the 48 of Keegan Thompson. Then there's Brandon Beal in the 66 of Nonigan Scott. Behind them, Riley Sampson in the 2 of Luke Rainey, along with Jake Galloway in the 18 of Jonathan Buford. Then we have Ross McTrain and Code Luigi, Conrad Evans and John Smith, Riley Cresswell, Roman Fenway, Riley Sprutube and Colin Teague, Levi Shones, Logan Williams, and in the final row, Anson and Charbois and TJ Hanley round out this 4-2 car field for the first race of the doubleheader here at Iowa. Griffin Lynn on pole for the Advanced Auto Parts 325. But let's go on trackside for those famous words to fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines are fired, cars are rolling here for the first of 2 Gatorade Cup Series races at Iowa in a row. This is race 10 of 32 this season, so after today's race, just about 1/3 of the way done with this season. 49 laps here at Iowa for the first of 2 races. Griffin Lynn, Samet Oskin on the front row. Can Lynn try and get back to victory lane at this racetrack? In fact, the top 2 stars on the inside have won here before. Green flag in the air, racing at Iowa. Lynn clears. Jefferson trying to get to the inside, but as they battle off 4 for the first time. Pole Sarah Griffin Lynn leads the first lap of the Advanced Auto Parts 325. Jefferson to second. Minnick on the inside along with Scott Greger trying to move up as the inside, definitely the preferred lane here at Iowa early on in the going. To the inside for Jefferson down the backstretch, hunting for the lead into turn 3. Jefferson, his win here came in fantastic fashion. There was crashing behind him across the start finish line, 3 wide on the final lap, and contact all over the place. Jefferson won in a photo finish over Sebastian Kukulan. He'll lead the second lap here as Minnick now looks low in the 3. Scott Greger with him. Lynn trying to cross under the 19 as Jefferson slides up, but Lynn didn't want to make it 3 wide middle because that would have been a very dangerous move right there. He'll just drop in behind the 19, and now Minnick to the inside for the lead. Jefferson slides wide, and Bronson Minnick takes the lead off turn 4. He'll lead the 3rd lap of the 3 car. Scott Greger on the inside moving forward. Nathan Baird, Eli Bright, and Anthony Nez also moving up inside the top 10. Trying to get up inside the top 5 now. Scott Greger with a nice run. He hooked that yellow line really, really well there off turn 2. Was able to get to the inside for a second, but Minnick able to hold him at bay for now. Now the 3 slides up the racetrack. Here comes Scott to the inside. Minnick's going to lead the lap. However, Scott Greger is the preferred now to turn number 1. To the inside, but he slides wide. Minnick up the track as well. Here comes Nathan Baird in the cast off turn 2. And now 3 wide and around. They're going to go. They collect the front runners. Minnick into Baird and others. They wreck at the front of the field and into it hard for many others. Kukulan, Anderson, Teague, and Jeff Bright, Conrad Evans, Code Luigi, Riley Cresswell, and others slam into it. Shones, Beal, and Jefferson also involved. Scott Greger, one of the few ahead of the crash, gets away with Griffin Lynn and others as some were able to fly by. There's the damage to the 77 of Baird as he was one of them involved as well in the 77. Hard damage. He got back in 6th. But a lot of cars are going to be collected in that one, torn up. Some able to get high and get by. Others had nowhere to go. They were just right in the thick of it. Eli Bright back here. He has some damage. Kukulan and others as well. So a vicious crash early on in the Advanced Auto Parts 325, taking out many front runners. Minnick and Jefferson, Bright and Baird all running at the front, collected in this crash. Look at the damage to that 19 car. Let's see what happened. First caution flag on lap number 5. Bronson Mick did not have the corner that he wanted in turns 1 and 2. He slid wide into turn 1, and that allowed Jefferson to get to the middle. Some contact between the 3 and the 19. They spin down into Eli Bright, Nathan Baird, and look at this hit for Jefferson hard into the inside wall, and then he'll come back up the track. Eli Bright also makes contact. Minnick spinning sideways middle of the pack. Jefferson comes up. Minnick gets hit right there by DeLello. Jefferson's going to get hit hard by Beal into Shones. And then look at all of these cars that are getting collected. Jay Randor points there may have actually missed it. But look at all the cars. They're just all over the place. You can't really find a way through. It's just there's cars everywhere. They're outside, inside, middle. You just have to try and hope and pray that your spotter can somehow find a way through it for you. Nathan Baird did a huge spin in front of the pack. He actually got away in 6th place. See him right there continuing going just with the 13, but there were some hard hits, and one of the biggest, I'd say, Jefferson obviously on the inside wall, but Bronson Minnick, he was spinning sideways middle of the pack, and he got collected in a big way numerous times. First by DeLello in the 52. Because here's the 3 spinning around middle of the pack. Some slam on base. Oh, Cody Anderson, Kukulon, Jeff Bright. Jay Randall got hit right at the end by Roman Fenway. Look at Jonathan Beaver trying to find a way through. Luke Rainey, the 2 also involved. Fresco, Conrad Evans, Code Luigi, and others. So there were cars basically littered everywhere around this racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Watch this. My goodness. Look at Keegan Thompson get low, the 41, the 10. There's the 17 hit, our points there, the 53. TJ Hanley started last in this race. Looks like he actually found a way through it in the 21. Some others able to hit the gas and get going, but a lot of drivers not as fortunate. Lynn gassed up, got away on the outside. Others did that as well. Some had to take to the wall basically to get by it. Some put themselves in the wall to get by it, but about 10-15 race cars involved in this one. Caution flag number 1 in the air. Back around in front for the 1 of Scott Gregory, leading under the first yellow here at Iowa. And he'll lead us back to the green flag. Scott Gregory leads in the first of the 2 Iowa Gatorade Cup Series races. Green flag this time by. 40 laps to go when we get it. Scott Gregory, the 1, currently out in front over pole sitter Griffin Lynn. Out from the crash, Conrad Evans, Levi Shones, Brandon Beal, Jay Jefferson, Bronson Minnick, Zach DeLello, along with Colin Teague and Cody Anderson. So a lot of names that did not need days like this. They get those days and they're going to drop in points for sure. Colucci last car on the track in 34th, but a lot of cars damaged at the back, like the 42, the 2, the 9, the 17, and maybe some others, the 20, the 54, the 88. So we'll have to see how some of these drivers get going, including 6th place starter Nathan Baird has tons of damage starting at the front of the field. So you have Scott Gregory, Griffin Lynn, Samet Oskin, Dagley Pez, and Marshall Burrow, the top 5. They're ahead of the damaged car of Nathan Baird. We'll see how he goes on the start. Tons of left side damage. Then Hernandez behind him, Baby Ruiz, Caden Lynn, and Max Ross here are the front 10. Hunter, Scott, Anderson, Sierra, Thompson, Hamill as well up here as we're back to racing at Iowa. And they try to get going. All ready for the lead. Here comes Pulsar Lynn back on Scott Gregory down the back stretch. Lynn inside the 1 car and trying to take it in turns 3 and 4. We've seen her in the past at Iowa. This is a racetrack where you get a yellow flag and it starts to get a little bit crazier. So we'll see cautions breed cautions at tracks like this. Osgood drives it in deep into Lynn. They slide up along the 1 of Scott Gregory. Osgood forces Lynn out of the way to move to the lead. Yepez follows through to 2nd. Here comes Marshall Burrow, the 14, looking as Scott Gregory crosses under in front of the 14 beneath the 36. Here comes Yepez up the track. That's Lynn's teammate. Scott Gregory to his inside as Osgood leads in the 15. Baird still holding on with that left side damage. That 77 not really slowing him down. As here comes Scott looking back low on Osgood. Maybe the 77 just some handling issues, but speed-wise, it's fine. He's not really holding Hernandez or anyone up. He's gaining on this front pack, trying to get these drivers up inside the top 5 behind him. You have Hernandez, Ruiz, Lynn, and Hunter there looking to get up here. Max Anderson 2nd in points, Max Rossi 3rd in points, Keegan Thompson, McTrain, and others as they're battling hard back here. Logan Williams, middle of 3 to his inside. He started 41st in this race. Anson and Charles Bois, as we have Hamill with issues to the pits. He'll go in the 32. Charles Bois won last race out at Hattiesburg. Hasn't performed well here so far today, but I believe the yellow flag is out in this race, and it is. We have had contact down the backstretch, and it may have been TJ Hanley and Code Luigi, as that 21 has tons of damage to that car. So Hanley involved in this one. Winner of the Brickyard 400, just a few races to go. We'll go see what happens. 2nd caution flag here at the Advanced Auto Parts 325. Hanley started last in this race, made his way through that big crash without any damage. But right here, coming off turn number 2, he slides up into the 4 of John Smith, and doesn't give John any room. They get hooked together into the outside wall off turn 2. The 4 and the 21 slam. Around they go. Around the 21 goes. The 4 kept it going straight. Guys get by in the bottom. Beeford slams on the brakes to get away without damage. Caution flag comes out for those two spinning down the backstretch. So wasn't a big crash, but definitely some damage now to the 21 and the 4. They're going to put them off the paces. That was a hard hit right here into the outside safer barrier. So caution flag for the second time in the first 13 laps here at Iowa. Racing back around front for the 15 of Samet Oskin. It leads back to the green flag as he leads currently at Iowa. Green flag this time by lap number 18, so still not midway through this race. Already 2 caution flags, a lot of carnage. Kukulon now lap down, 33 cars on the lead lap. Derek Himmel stays lead lap, even have to come down pit road, so that caution saved him from falling a lap or 2 down. You have Oskin out in front, Burrell in second, Lynn, Scott Gregory, and Baird the front 5. You have Hernandez, Yepez, Ruiz, the other Lynn, and Evan Hunter. That's the front 10. Second in points, Anderson right now 12th. Max Rossi third in points, 14th. And points leader Jay Randall farther back in the pack after being around that crash, currently back in 24th. We'll see if he can try and gain more spots on this restart. Anderson didn't have a good one. It's down the back. The front of the field spread out. Oskin, Burrell, and Lynn. Lynn looking for second on Marshall Burrell. Off 4. He'll get to the inside. Meanwhile, Scott Gregory under fire from the damaged race car, the 77 of Nathan Baird, making a charge for 4th now to turn 1. That 77 has that damage, but it's not slowing him down. In fact, it might be pushing him to go harder and try and win this race. He wants to win with the damaged car. We've seen it before here at this racetrack. It's not a foreign concept. Baird moves out to 4th. Hernandez looking low in the 13 for that spot. Yepez trying to get there as Baird has a run onto Burrell to turn 1. He'll run the middle. Hernandez runs the bottom. Burrell runs the top. As for the lead, Lynn is pressuring Samet Oskin down the back to turn 3. Our pulls here trying to get back out in front, looking for a win in his final season. It's been a long time for Lynn since he found victory lane in the Gatorade Cup Series. Is today the day he gets back on top in that 36. He's right now running in second. He started on pole. He's had a good car all day long. Can he hold it up here and keep it out of trouble? Something he's found difficult to do through the first 9 races this season. Oskin's doing a really good job holding him off right now, that 15. But right here, Lynn might have him off 4. He has a nice run to the bottom. Gonna be preferred lane in turns 1 and 2. Let's see if he can make it work down the bottom. Lynn to the inside, through 1 and 2. Oskin slides wide. Lynn moves by in the 36. So Griffin Lynn out in front now again. Here comes Burrell, the 14, moving low. Burrell winner at Hillside. Going to go for his second of the season. Lynn will lead the lap, but Burrell looks like he has the preferred lane to turn 1 this time. And here comes the 13 Hernandez. 34 Yepez. It might be 3 wide for the top spot. Hernandez going to peek his nose to the inside. They'll be 3 wide off the corner. I believe a yellow is out again. No, we're still green. We're still green, but they're 3 wide into turn 3. This might be a yellow if they don't be careful. Burrell shoving up with Lynn into the wall for the 36. Can he get off the wall now? It's so hard to get off the wall down this front stretch with how it's angled. Oh, now I'm interested as Hernandez moves to the front. Yepez looking low. How's the damage on that 36? And does he get back up to that 14 maybe repay the favor? Yepez slides up into the 13 for the lead. They're running wide. Caden Lynn moves up to 3rd. Oskin moving back up. Lynn trying to get down. Scott Gregory, though, to his inside. Here comes Nugget. Scott in the 66 also moving forward. Yepez out in front, the 34. Yellow is out. A crash down the front stretch. Thompson and others involved. 3 of the Hendrick cars are piled up. Might have been 4 zeros also around that. Hard damage, yellow flag for the 3rd time at the midpoint. Yepez leads. The 3rd caution is out here in the Advanced Auto Parts 325. 3 of the 400 cars take massive damage, including Keegan Thompson, Eli Bright, Derek Kimmel, the 32, also involved in this one. So let's go see what happened. Another caution flag here at Iowa. This was just around the top 10. These drivers racing very aggressively to try to get up inside this top 10. They are 3 wide. Keegan Thompson on the outside. Sprint on the inside shoves up into Max Anderson, which shoves him into Keegan. They get up towards the wall. 48 into it. 43 into it. 10 into the 48. That's Ross McTrain. Anderson comes off the wall into Logan Williams. 48 and 10 spin around middle of the pack. Cresswell gets low. Jake Galway gets low. Roman Fenway has to get on the brakes. He gets some contact. Eli Bright right into his teammate. Derek Hamill right into Eli. Sierra slows down the 3rd Hendrick car as he gets away. And I believe Jeff Bright, does he run into her or does he just get by? See Luke Ray and Jay Randall, they get around. So maybe Jeff was I saw the 9 car. Oh, he was involved somehow in this 9. How? What happened to Jeff here? Oh, did Eli come? Oh, Jeff got hit by John Smith. It's not really any damage to the 9. It's just he kind of got spun around. But all 4. This has been a terrible season for Hendrick Motorsports. All 4 of their cars have had struggles, this season, and not one of them has really had good fortune. And this is the epitome of it. 2 of their cars just ran head-on to each other. A third one spun out. The fourth one had to slow down to miss it. So dismal season continues for Hendrick Motorsports as more of their cars collected, 2 of which are going to be done. It's been a good day so far for front row, though. They're leading right now with Yepez. Lynn's led laps, and Riley Sampson's still in it. Diego Yepez currently leads at Iowa. Green flag this time by. 20 laps to go when we get it, so still lots of time left, and it's been crazy racing at Iowa so far, and it's still going to be even crazier. Eli Bright, Derek Hamill, Keegan Thompson all out. Jay Randall's final lap down with teammates Justin Kukulon, so it's not been a good day either for Rick Ware. All 4 of their cars right now 30th or worse. It's kind of been a similar day for Hendrick. Their highest car right now 25th. All cars have had damage at some point this race. It's been a good day for front row. 2 of their cars have led, their others running well. Yepez leads, Lynn in second, then Oskin, Hernandez, Scott, Gregory. They have Burrell, Scott, the other Lynn, then Ruiz and Baird. Their other teammate for front row currently back in 15th. That's Riley Sampson in the 38. As we're back to racing, the 3rd restart here at Iowa. Yepez with a really good jump in the 34. Oskin moves to the inside for a second, trying to challenge Caden Lynn at 37. Oskin to second in the 15. Hernandez trying to come up on the inside. There's Scott Gregory, the 1. He's led a good amount of laps. Marshall Burrell, and maybe that 36 gets to the wall at the 14. It might have been hurting him because he was running up into the top 5 early on today. Now he's struggling to try and stay inside the top 10. He's got passed by Bibi Ruiz for 8th and might lose 9th. He's going to get in front of Baird and might look to try and cross under 3 wide on Scott and Ruiz. They make some contact, the 00 in the 660, and they're still not done. Lynn to the inside, then both off to turn 1. He'll get those 2 spots. Might be shoving with that 00 a little bit. Down the back, Evan Hunter trying to join the fun in the 6 up inside the top 10. Hernandez to second, trying to run down Yepez. Now the 13 slides up. Here comes Caden Lynn to the inside, the 37. Scott Greger trying to come back after leading early on. And here's Griffin Lynn right behind Marshall Burrell. Not going to say he's going to do anything, but those 2 made contact early on this race. As for the lead, up at the front, we got a battle. Caden Lynn's inside of Diego Yepez to turn 3. Yepez slides really wide. Hernandez shoved out by Scott Gregory. Caden Lynn moves out in front. The 37. Nathan Baird with that damaged car still trucking on inside the top 10. He's up to 8th. Hunter up to 9th. Scott right now the final car inside the top 10 as Ruiz falls back to 11th. Hernandez falling back on the outside. Yepez on the outside will lose second to Scott Gregory. Burrell inside to move inside the top 5. Lynn looking back for 6th. Here comes Oskin low on Scott Gregory in the 15. And here comes Lynn looking low on Burrell to turn 1. Yeah, I don't think he'll be patient with him. If he's holding him up, he might just move him out of the way, that's for sure. Yepez back inside. He'll move for 3rd on Scott Gregory. Shove the 1 up. Scott really out of the groove. Might lose a top 5 right here with that. Griffin Lynn looking inside in the 36. But it's still Caden Lynn leading the way. Griffin looks low, trying to get to Scott Gregory. They'll be 3 wide off the corner. Here comes Nathan Baird with a big move in the 77. Lynn might try and slam the door shut as Scott Gregory does as well. Burrell slides up. Yepez is there. Scott Gregory to the inside. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Hard-nosed racing here at Iowa. Late in the going. We're in the final 15 laps. This is for 3rd spot. Yepez backs out. Scott Gregory to P3. Meanwhile, the front 2 gap. It's Caden Lynn and Samet Oskin. Scott trying to clear Burrell. Crowds him up the track. Lynn trying to get up inside the top 5. He'll look for 4th now. Griffin Lynn is inside of Marshall Burrell to turn 1. This is for 4th. These 2 make contact early on the race. As for the lead, Oskin's low on Caden Lynn. He's going to pressure him. Oskin once again looking lower as the Pulsar moves for 3rd. For the lead, Oskin crowds Lynn and maybe some contact made. 11 to go at Iowa. Oskin inside to turn 1. He inches ahead to turn 1. Osgood out front, Caden Lynn back to second. The other Lynn, Griffin Lynn, moves up to third. How about Evan Hunter out of nowhere in the 6? Hunter looking for 5th. He slams Baird up the track. Baird slams into Scott Gregory. And here comes Nonigan Scott to take advantage of the 66. Hunter up to 4th in the 6. Back for the lead goes Caden Lynn on Osgood. 10 laps to go in Iowa. Incredible racing at the front. Back behind, they're still not sorting it. Still 3 wide. Burrow in the middle. Scott Gregory up top. Burrow gets down by Gapez. Here comes Scott for 4th in the 66. Caden Lynn back out front. Hernandez trying to come back up in the 13. Baby Ruiz trying to break inside the top 10. Ross McTrain and Logan Williams as well. Cresswell moving up in the 20 after being involved in the first crash. And others trying to move forward. For 3rd, Scott is there on Griffin Lynn for the lead. Osgood's there on Caden Lynn. The lap machine of Code Luigi is ahead. What does he do? Who does he hold up in turns 1 and 2? He slides up. He's trying to get the inside to the leaders. Osgood moves low. He gets by. Caden Lynn moves low. He gets by. Halts it a little bit. Can Scott and the others get around in a timely manner? Scott up into the 42. Oh, he almost put him in the wall. He did put him in the wall. And that holds up Griffin Lynn, the 36. Lynn gonna try and shoot the middle. As Coach trying to give him room, every room that he can. Coach done a good job. He's moved to the outside many times to give these guys room. And at that stage, it's just up to these lead lap cars to make the moves. But Coach done a really good job. He's moved up whenever he could to try and give room, and he's given them plenty of room. He's done a really, really good job. Griffin Lynn falling back now on the outside. Osgood moved down front. Caden Lynn back to the inside. 5 to go this time by. The battle for 3rd also on Hunter and Scott. That's 66 and 6. Can these guys sort it out to then make it a 4-car race for the win? Yellow flag would end it in Iowa. 5 laps remain. Caden Lynn trying to get back out front and will. This battle for 3rd continuing. Hunter still under fire from Scott. The 6 finally clears it. Can Osgood make a move back on Caden Lynn? He'll look for a crossover off the corner, but can't get back in the gas. 4 laps to go. They're still bound for 3rd. Nonigan Scott's back inside of Evan Hunter. Burrow moves up to 5th. Scott to 3rd. 3 to go at the stripe. Can these guys, they're not sorting this battle for 3rd, but they still gained. What they need is them to keep battling for the lead right here, but they shove up. Hunter shoves Scott up. 3 to go. Scott is there on Caden Lynn to turn 1. He'll look to the bottom. Nonigan Scott's to the end, or excuse me, Cement Osgood's to the inside. Hunter and Scott wait in 3rd and 4th. Can Osgood complete it on Caden Lynn? 2 to go this time by. More traffic ahead. Osgood ahead at the line. 2 to go. The battle for 3rd still going on. Scott and Hunter. Scott back up to 3rd. Caden Lynn got to try and fall in 2nd. Look for another move on Osgood. White flag this time on the Advanced Auto Parts 325. It's 4 cars for the lead. It's Osgood leading it. The battle for 2nd is on. The white flag for Cement Osgood. One more time around Iowa. 7/8 of a mile to go. That battle for 2nd only helping the 15. But here comes Scott with the runoff 2. He's not led a single lap today. Doesn't have a shot in 3 and 4. For the final time. Osgood holds him at bay. Scott looking for a run the corner. Exit. He doesn't get it. Cement Osgood wins the race in Iowa. What a run. Cement Osgood and Caden Lynn battled hard. 1-on-1 for many laps. It's Osgood getting the glory at the end. He'll win in the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 13. What a return for Cement Osgood. Let's go see the finish results and the update points. Here's how they finished in the Advanced Auto Parts 325 at the Iowa Speedway. 3 caution flags for 12 laps, all of which happened in the first half of the race. Once we got to the second half, clean and green. And 12 lead changes, 8 drivers saw the lead here today at Iowa. And the one who led the most laps ends up winning the race. Cement Osgood led 16 of the 49 laps and gets to victory lane in that 15 car. Nonigan Scott, out of nowhere, ends up in 2nd here today. A great run for the 66 star, 25th, and almost led only the final lap to victory lane, but he would have needed at least one more lap. Caden Lynn also led a good chunk of laps. 12 here today. He ends up in 3rd. Evan Hunter in 4th. And how about Ross McTrain from 31st out of nowhere gets a top 5. How about Logan Williams Started back in 40th. He ends up in 6th. Where did he come from? Marshall Burrow ends up in 7th. Bibby Rowe is 8th. Hernandez led a lap in 9th. And Nathan Baird, that down on that 77, he still gets a top 10. Diego Yepez led 9 laps. He ends up in 11th. Pulsar Griffin Lynn led 3 laps, but ends up in 12th. Fade back there at the end and couldn't ever get those spots back. Riley Spurtube started 38th, gets 13th. Anthony Charbot started in the last row, gets 14th. And Riley Sampson gets a top 15. They have Justin Zeidel, Riley Cresswell, Max Rossi, Jake Calloway, and Max Anderson completing the top 20 in the finishing results. Diego Yepez finished 11th and moves up into the points lead by a slim margin in the 34. 27 cars finished on the lead lap. Cars that were lapped down, Jay Rando, our points leader, not the points leader anymore after the bad day. Sebastian Kukulan and Hanley and Koluigi also 1 lap down, then 32nd on down out from crashes. Started by Keegan Thompson. Last finisher, Conrad Evans in the 8. Let's now go see the points. 10 races into this season, here are how the points look. And it's been a constant battle at the front of the points. No one can ever really keep the points lead so far this season. Yepez in the 34, now out in front of points. A slim 8-point margin over Anthony Charlebois, who moves up to 2nd. Max Rossi only 9 points back in 3rd. Max Anderson only 14 back in 4th. And Jay Randall falls down to 5th from leading last time, but he's only 22 points back. Riley Cresswell now 6th. Anthony Nez is currently 7th. Nathan Baird, Pippi Rose, and Riley Spurtube complete the top 10. So the top 8 in points are within 40 points of each other. That means, really, anyone inside the top 11 could be the points leader after next race. That's how close these guys are in terms of points. Right now, the 2 wild cards, Luigi 15th in points with his 2 wins, and TJ Henley right now 12th with his victory. You have Marshall Burrow down in 18th with his victory, trying to get up there, and Riley Spurtube just on the cusp of being in the top 10, currently 10th, 11 points up on Sebastian Kukulan in the 54. So this is going to be a constant battle for the points lead, for the top 10, and for these wildcard spots, it's going to get crazy. And if Luigi, if he keeps having the string of races he's been having where, he performs well, gets a top 5, or he falls and finishes 30th, he can't be having that. That's too inconsistent. He won't make the chase that way. So if Code keeps having bad days, he could fall outside the top 20 and not have those 2 wins as a wild card. You have Jake Gowey 25th with his win, Oskin up to 31st with his win, Keegan Thompson, the lone win for Hendrick so far this season, in 32nd. But talk about Hendrick Motorsports, they've not had a great season. Jeff Bright, their highest guy, in 27th. They have Thompson and Eli Bright 32nd and 33rd. They have Brett Sear in the 24, down 41st. He's the last of the drivers that have started every race this season. He's ahead of Scott Gregory and Michael Gregory. That's it. He's not had much luck, if any, so far this season. He's down there with Cody Anderson, Logan Williams. Griffin Lynn had a good day, moved up in points a little bit. Conrad Evans, another bad day. DeLello, a bad day. John Smith, a bad day. Brandon Beal, a bad day. So a lot of these drivers that did not need it, they had bad days and moved down even further in points. This is 10 races in, so now the pressure's starting to mount. If you're down at the bottom of the points, you need to find some way to move up. And we're going back to Iowa once again. This race, the Ally 300, 4 laps shorter. I'll see you guys then.